Hello, this is the first lecture on F7 financial reporting. In this lecture, we are going to look at syllabus, and I will try to give you an overview so that you can have an idea that what you are going to study in F7. We are also going to look at exam structure as well. So first of all, examiner for F7 is Steve Scott. I'll write his name. Steve Scott is quite experienced person. He has been examiner for ACCA since 1998. So as he is experienced person, a fair paper is expected of him. But at the same time, we can expect that he will test almost every part of syllabus. As this is fundamental level paper, so every part of syllabus is fundamental. And as you know that we have to attempt all the questions. All the questions are fundamental. So we have to cover each and every part of syllabus. Moving towards syllabus for F7 is quite large. There are almost 30 international accounting and financial reporting standards which are part of syllabus. And remember, 67%, almost 67% marks will be for numericals, and the rest of the marks will be for discussion or theory. So discussion is very important in F7, as you will be getting marks for that as well. Moving towards the section of the syllabus, there are basically 5 sections of the syllabus. Section A. Section A of this syllabus is conceptual framework for financial reporting in accordance with international accounting standard. It's very important part of syllabus, and I think almost in every sitting you need to evaluate accounting treatment in context of conceptual framework. So what is a framework? Basically, all of the international accounting standards, they are based on International Accounting Standard Board framework. Framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements. And the reason for this is that framework ensures consistency and logical formulation of international accounting standards. And for this, the framework itself is divided into 7 sections. I will write them. First of them is objective of financial statements. What will be the objective of financial statements? As I told you earlier on, we are not going to discuss anything in detail. I just want to give you an overview. The objective of financial statements can be showing the financial performance of a business, or showing the financial position of the business, showing statement of changes in equity. These are objectives of financial statements. Okay? The next section . Underlying assumptions. As you prepare financial statements, there are many assumptions which you make or directors make. For example, directors may make that a company is a going concern. This means that directors believe that company is going to work in future as well. Company is going to live in future as well. So basically they are making an assumption. No one is sure about future. They are just making an assumption that company will work in future as well, and company is a going concern. So basically there will be some underlying assumptions as well. We will study this in detail, but presently you should know that what does underlying assumptions mean. Okay? So next section is qualitative characteristics of financial statements. This is one of the sections of IASB framework, and all of these standards are based on this framework. Qualitative characteristics. What would be the qualitative characteristics which you need in financial statements? For example, understandability, relevance, reliability, comparability. These are all qualitative characteristics. I'm not going to discuss anything in detail. So moving towards the next section, elements of financial statements. Well, elements of financial statement. What do I mean by elements of financial statements? Assets, liabilities, income, expense, equity, they are all elements of financial statements. And this is one of the sections of framework. And how to recognize these elements, how to measure these elements, these are the separate sections of framework. The next two sections, recognition of elements and measurement of elements. These are one of the sections of framework, and obviously we will discuss them in detail when we will be covering this part of a section, this part of syllabus, sorry. The last section is capital and capital maintenance. This is also one of the sections of framework, and we will discuss all these when we will be covering this section. Right now I have given you an overview that what is a framework, and all of the international accounting standards, they are based on a framework, and what are the sections of the framework. Now moving towards the conceptual framework, what is the reason for conceptual framework? Why there is a conceptual framework? Basically, the reason or the purpose of conceptual framework is development of new reporting practices, or there can be another reason, or there can be another purpose, that is evaluation of existing one. So these are the two purpose or the reasons of conceptual framework, and when we will covering the detail of this section, I will tell you each and everything in detail, but presently I will move toward the next section of the syllabus. So this was the first section of the syllabus, conceptual framework.